I have made a new word, guys. Pac-mania, and we're gonna talk about it next episode. It's almost like cure for capitalism. Capitalism medication. A strategy that will last you way longer under these painful conditions, no matter where you are. Consumption lets you forget all your problems. If you chase consumption of things you're passionate about, you are entering Pac-mania, you're entering a level filled with goodies, where you're gonna spend your time at. You can call it state of nirvana, I guess. But it's way more tangible. You can look it up. Gobble gobble. Yay! Consumption, guys. Any form of consumption is great. As long as it's not an addiction. As long as you're just simply passionate. And you should not let the passion go. Technically, I love consuming my own time and shitting out videos. Even if they're kind of like shit posts. I don't know who would be brave enough to treat them as shit posts, however. Especially when most people don't do that much in life. It's the most basic shit, right? That there should be no shame in enjoying what capitalism has to offer. The most important thing it has to offer. And I will repeat this intro next time when I unpack the whole thing. What I'm actually curious about, I must be at least level 40. If I'm level 4, I can always add another digit below. Now, it might make more sense to add a digit that goes up to like 7 or something. But for convenience sake, I will go through 40 levels, 40 principles, 40 changes that I've made in my life to define me to be a better human being overall. More powerful, capable of carrying more weight, more good, higher IQ, more creative, constructive, and a person who appreciates relationships when relationships are in decline. And nobody's panicking about that. We're gonna go GOLDEST. And we're gonna probably go treasure hunting. Singular videos that I can remove where nothing really changes. But I get the vibe of like, what was I 14 years ago? How many principles I had 14 years ago already. Every single video that I feature, I also privatize. So you don't really have access to them directly. But there's a playlist for that. I just simply want to consume my own content, my own tale. I mean, I'm a child of capitalism, so I produced content eventually. I had nowhere else to go. All my friendships were doomed to be consumed by capitalism anyways. And I was doomed to never make any more friendships ever again. It's a fascinating cycle of life, really. There's always a chance for my mom to watch my own content, which is so weird. I'm seeing this red line and I'm like, where did that come from? I don't know. She has tablets in her hands and can always accidentally find misclick, you know? I think I'm logged in, generally. Another bug report. I was thinking of watching the Narum, and apparently it's 16 minutes long. Everything I consume turns into stats. Hello 1, what the frick?
It's something new in most.
Wow, did I really read this shit?
This is the only trigger need.
Let's just continue, bro. Oh
I think
my
it's
God. 40 levels of who I am as a person. One of the first principles to be adopted is to get a computer. If you defy all the threats lurking at fate's edge, you don't judge people who are very young or inexperienced in something. It's kind of a waste of time knowing that they're going to be much better in the future. Right? It's really hard to tell. I mean, I was in the LARPing community, But yeah, we're gonna talk about like 40 big experiences in my life that game changers. Getting a computer in general is a consumption machine, and even before that, get a console that you can play games at. Now we're talking, right? For way too long, I have been the underdog below rich people playing their games. I don't know what they're doing, but they won't be able to flex at me anymore. Especially since I noticed that games are not that fun anyways. Got a console, I got Sega and Nintendo. Very basic shit. You were able to buy cartridges. It was just convenient enough for me to indulge in that consumption and even trade with other people. I remember my dad borrowing his brother's console, which was PS1, I believe, with some pretty cool games. It was such a overwhelming moment for me. Then I discovered that the same brother had a big folder of tons and tons of games. Every single disc I was able to acquire to be able to access new games, that was a chore back then. People don't think about it. How it was a chore back in the day to do simplest of tasks. They don't appreciate it. Just playing physical games in general, you have the basics like basketball or Monopoly. But eventually you can find passion. I found it in card games specifically. And the funny thing is, it all came from the same kiosk. The console with the games and then the card games. That was kind of weird, actually. You never really notice who has such crazy influence on your life. See, I'm glad to make these, like, Goldest episodes. It's a perfect opportunity for me to relive some of the moments. And this one is slightly different. It's going to be actually a pinnacle video without me noticing. It depends how far we go with this.
Super black.
More
color.
black, bro.
Insanely black. I hate it.
They speak Deutsch.
I don't understand you. Speak in English.
This is hard for me to watch, guys. It's okay for me to privatize videos like that.
I cannot feel still gonna.
First dungeon is very long. Well, I wasted half of my time already.
So, it's Oblivion is the only thing that I won't play on the hardest difficulty.
Yes. A lot of my friends just want to play on easy mode, and it's like, why would you want... What's the point, then? Right? Don't you want to learn every single little mechanic that you can take advantage of to be able to beat your opponents? Don't you want to, like, test every single spell? Try and find a way out of a problem? No, I just want easy breezy, just complete the game and move on with my life. Okay. That's not that interesting, to be honest. What do you want to see, exactly, in a game? If you actually raise your sensitivity, and you take more damage, and you care about every single penny and every single little thing you pick up, that's way more powerful of a game experience than just make it easy enough for you to complete the whole thing without thinking about it. Come on, man. You actually waste a lot of time by playing the game faster. Because you don't have to think about anything. A lot of things turn into a grind. Or objective fucking jumping from one objective to the other. So I immediately adopted one of these principles. It actually turned into, like, a very long Skyrim playthrough. I still remember grinding Skyrim. And even explaining people of, like, what it's like to play legendary difficulty. Because I wasn't shy to go fucking hardcore on Skyrim. On Oblivion, however, highest difficulty is basically impossible. I mean, I tried, guys. I tried. You have to skip basically the first dungeon. Specifically Oblivion. This is not Oblivion, this is a modded version. Maybe modded version is, like, more manageable because I played Skyrim with this mod as well. This is a very well-known mod, by the way. There's Germans working on every single Elder Scrolls version at this point, making their own storyline, and that storyline is pretty extensive and at least completable. I actually completed their storyline, but Skyrim, nah. Nuh-uh.
Like,
When I say I play modded Skyrim, it already has influence. It's called Enderal.
it's displaced
And this mod called Nerim.
now because
Again, guys, if I was to play this with the proper setup all the way back and actually play this, I probably would have gotten away with even more subscribers, more attention, more bitches. But I was too young at the time. But you know, props for trying to make a YouTube channel. How about that? Attempted YouTube career. It almost stemmed from... It usually is like that for me. It stems from one breakthrough of like, oh, I can make videos. Ah, fuck it, let's make videos. I can record things. You usually don't even think about it. You try not to think about it. Until it just falls into your hands of like, shit, I have to report this specific bug. I have to record footage now. But it's like, oh, recording footage is now easier because I set things up.
there's kind of one here appeared here.
Like, you answer the question for yourself how to do it, and now it's appealing to do it more times. Just the fact that I fucking recorded my screen at all is a miracle.
Okay, so
Again, I definitely speak broken English. You get to feel how much I improved
there's a vine actually.
if you get to watch this
Iron
stuff.
vine. Come on, stop. So it's not a
Wait, basically they invented mining before Skyrim.
source.
Congratulations.
Okay, as I was saying, you will be controlled by invisible walls, like playing this map.
Well, there wasn't a walkthrough?
I had a lot of trouble completing this. You probably won't like the casual.
I mean, it happens like that. Back in the day, you can imagine there's even less content creators. Again, my tiny brain did not comprehend opportunities like that.
I see a lot of
I was barely speaking English, bro.
worthless.
How cute. They actually fixed Oblivion's inventory system because that's the first thing that people have to do. I mean, you have a backup friend. Why would you lose the
Okay,
trolls?
this guy gonna die right now.
Oh. Never mind.
No.
I was hoping that the merchants would actually lose money. In Oblivion, they just simply don't. They are capped at like 15, 20 gold, you name it. Sometimes 100, and their money just doesn't go down. This dynamic is so cool, though. I mean, 20% of what you do in these RPGs is trade.
It's really easy to get some potions because basically the usual random lag.
Lag activate, baby.
Damn.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay,
He dies from the troll, huh?
and basically I just have to run because this one is dead. I just want to see if there is like any good stuff, but I didn't see any good stuff.
I almost died from that.
Pull this reliever. Da-da. Loser. But he didn't die actually. That's strange, isn't it? Didn't die.
I was just generally stuck playing Bethesda games. Oblivion was the first one. I'm not sure when I picked up Fallout 3, but I had to pick it up before Skyrim. Then Fallout New Vegas follows. I was a little fanboy.
Save his life.
Barely can see
He's
anything.
gonna die anyways.
How did I take damage?
One particularly.
I come out of this cutscene and I have less HP. Fuck is that?
And actually.
Fatigue.
Wait a minute,
Fatigue.
What did I just say? If you got fatigue on 100.
Fatigue, bro. That's right. Well, nothing of value will be lost. I did have Legos growing up, and it's almost like overrated. I would rather have had board games. Yes, board games. How to survive your first night parody. I try to make a joke video.
Oh, someone. It's time to play
It's already funny.
something new.
It's already funny, and also Minecraft is squished a little bit.
I guess. There will be bunnies. It's locked.
There will be bunnies. I was correct, by the way. Minecraft eventually had bunnies. Since September 2014. Meaning that they added bunnies like 2 years later. And this was going viral like maybe 1 year later. So it's so funny to me. They pretty much just added bunnies. You know, it was so random too.
So
there will be bunnies and they will be dangerous. There was one dangerous one, but I think they stopped spawning that one.
And in this, you press on more world options and
I was somewhat open to making comedy. Everything else was serious up to this point. You should be open to sort of reinventing yourself a little bit. Now, pulling this down, it has 700 views. Yet I still think I did a better job. All the way in the future with comedy. Or I can do a good job right now. Again, just because it's singled out video, I have to just consume it as my secret identity. There will be bunnies! I was dunking on one, or I was going all in on the bunnies. Alright, slam dunking on the bunnies. It was my one and only joke. Knowing now how to make jokes, like jokes kind of happen naturally. You just have to capture them. So you can make like a joke Minecraft playthrough, but you do all the fucking cursed things. That's how Dream started. Funny enough, he sort of like picked up this idea and 10-timed it. But I think at the time he was already like messing with Minecraft internal code. And well, I was messing with Minecraft internal code too. Pick up stuff and mess with it to the point where you learn how to control. I was learning how to code and control Minecraft to make my own version of a game inside it. I was like cancer. No, I was just a game developer in the making, and I really wanted to use Minecraft for my game, which I was magically able to do all of a sudden. This was kind of crazy because I was part of a community that didn't have all the features, and then all of a sudden they did have scriptable items at first, and then everything was scriptable. To the point where it's like, what are the possibilities anymore? I had to keep discovering things even after such a big update. It was AdventureCraft update. The shit has significant lore. I probably should be making like an AdventureCraft video of some kind just to kind of explain what the lore was. Every now and then I have to look back like that. Shit, Laser Miner looked fucking dope. For its time, 12 years ago, bro. You turn everything red? That's fucking crazy. I think that's the next video we're watching. I might actually skip Space Shooter because it got even more views.
you will see this grass and you need a lot of grass.
Yeah, the best comedy is to fucking do stupid shit and not explain why you need that. And then just like, even better if you can pull out of like, this is why you needed grass specifically. If you can actually pull that. Shit, the screen is wow, everything is stretched. Oh my god. Looks horrible. It is already unwatchable as it is. So did I level up? Did I say reinvent yourself and level up? Because oh, I said creative. You have to dominate the space that allows you to do a lot of things. Eventually, I transitioned into Unity. Unity was also opening my eyes to possibilities.
Stone is very hard to obtain, and I will teach you how to obtain the stone.
Yeah, you can exaggerate everything, bro. I could have went that direction where I just make stupid ass videos, bro. Fucking clown around.
Dangerous.
Completely dangerous. I still sound better than now. Imagine that. I sound like shit right now. To the point where I have to buy a $700 microphone. It makes no sense, but I have to go all the way. Run, basically. Please. There's gotta be a way to make me sound good. What if $700 microphone sounds bad? I mean, it's basically impossible. We just know that the problem is somewhere else. Problem is in compressing my voice at this point. Suppressing. Silencing all the bad parts. Because there might be a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I didn't sound bad. I just wasn't intellectually equipped to sound proper. And it's still, you know, still pops out every now and then.
You will need
Oh, the goals, guys.
iron.
You get iron.
You get gold.
Then you get gold.
Very rich.
And you become rich. That is the goal of Minecraft back in the day.
Very nice house.
Very nice house. We actually have comments here. There will be bunnies. Did I lie? Did I lie, bro? Oh my god. What the fuck is this, bro? I don't have a server. I need a server, man. I can tell you how to kill mobs. Wow, so cute. You know, this is me, the clown of like, fuck it. I don't wanna be with makeup when I speak to strangers, especially if they say that I'm dumb.
And place it here. And get
Oh my god. Holy shit. You're not ready, bro. You're not ready. Boom! What a fucking jump scare, bro. You're cutting down wood and it's like, damn, I misclicked. But it's almost something mysterious happened and I just fucking rage quit. Oh, fuck this. Fuck this shit.
This tree will be decoration here.
Oh yeah, it was intended. Yay, let's make a door.
Be able to get inside except for zombies because they are really smart.
I probably would say a joke like, well, zombies can get into your house because they're taxpayers, just like you. When you get a lot of freedom, you start breaking things beyond what's naturally possible. So I immediately, the moment scripting was added to AdventureCraft, I immediately was like, shit, I have to master that. And I realize that everything has to change. There's actually no footage about the old version of it, Spawn the Creeper's Forge that I was building. So a lot of things came to life, rather. I was starting to make YouTube videos about the game that I was already involved in. My balls were deep into that game. When I was reporting a bug, I was already building a whole new version with whole new features. I was like testing what the scripting can do. To the point where I broke the scripting by finding the most valuable feature. Saving and loading data. I was already ahead of my time finding out that strings get saved. And it's like, why? Out of all the things, strings get saved. You can name them, load them, split them into pieces and read the data. And all of a sudden, you can do so much by that alone, by that logic alone. You know, by accident, made a huge discovery, but what kind of principle is that? I don't know, always wanting something more. How about that? If you just follow the rules, you never attempt to break anything, to test anything. You never ask the questions of like, can I possibly do it? So the scripted stuff is like right there. It's all explained, it's all documented. But I found something that is not documented. That all of a sudden allowed me to script, custom script every single block pretty much. It opened up even next level of possibilities. Of like crafting recipes. You go to crafting recipes next to a block and you can do certain things. You can repair your weapons on another block. Every time you destroy a block, you get custom drops. That sort of stuff was opening up. But most importantly, like smelting, I went with smelting. That I actually like smithing? No. I didn't actually display it until at some point. Because I was showing features, right? Animal enhancement. Custom crafting and cooking. Right after skills. These things don't really need special blocks. I was even testing like custom growth. Because you were able to save basically data about every single block. You can fucking grow a tree if you wanted. Again, it was hard for me. I wasn't adding too many features too fast. The hardest part is to like organize everything. Organize the code. And I still didn't have the work ethic. But one last thing that was very important for me. Discovery of community. That is a big deal. You literally enter a community where everyone is basically working, everyone is doing something, and some people are bigger than others. They create crazy tools that can help you, like, change the terrain very quickly. That one stood out from the rest. What I'm showing you guys is the fact that you do not graduate school. You can graduate other things entirely. As long as you have hobbies, you will graduate much greater experiences, because I had those. Those experiences, they compete with school, right? Like, people would question themselves, or me, my behavior, why I'm not invested into school's life, even though it like takes up such a big portion. And I'm like, nah, I come back home, I have my whole thing going on. I was even trying to quit school at 10th grade or 11th grade, just for 1 year, basically. Just cut off school and see what happens. And it probably would have been a pretty good choice. But at the same time, I needed to complete it. I need to 100% complete school, rather. So we have to extract something from school. Something important. School is like the most social moments you will get. And unfortunately, it does get pretty dark. Eventually, I was the school's little stinker, because I just didn't know how to fucking fix that issue. It's not everyone is quick to mock, and no one's quick to fucking explain anything. They can say take a shower, and what the fuck does that mean? Instead, we all just suffer as a result. I would know now what to do after so much torment. Basically, you survived. Congratulations. I mean, just congratulate yourself for surviving school. It's like 12 years. That's a lot. And it probably sucked. It also creates the X's timeline. You should get your first ex, your first crush in school. Because that's inevitable, rather. Now, it is so weird how women behave looking back. It's almost like they're fucked in the head, bro. They already lost their fucking minds over boys. They already hung out with all the boys. But they also have their girl group. They have, like, very open mental illness about a lot of things. And they're rather quite in control of the situation if they can help themselves. If they feel that they can be in control, like, that's why they're, like, internet illiterate. Because they want to be in control so much. I was able to talk to women back then, guys. It's not possible anymore. You know, the illiteracy got to them. It made them even more stupider. Imagine that. Like, generally bad women become stupider over time. So, you're lucky if you grabbed some exes, if you grabbed some rejection, if you grabbed some experiences, because I didn't have that ever again. Right? Women were not willing to talk to me. because they were not bound by school. And so if they're such free birds, basically, they can fly anywhere, travel anywhere, do anything. And I happen to be the fucking butt of the joke, getting a middle finger from everyone indiscriminately. That fucking sucks, but there's something else going on, obviously. You know, capitalism, destruction of relationships, you name it. Getting your share of X, a bag of X's, a bag of crushes. Yeah. That's very important for growth. And now, we are officially level 2. Level 2. Takes 10 levels to get to level 2, which is awkward, because number 2 does not show up, meaning that I'll just need 30 levels, and then I'll be level 4. As confusing as it is, like, levels start from 0. In this case, but generally speaking, this is the starting point. It's so weird, man. It's so annoying. I would have rather started with level 10. Okay, but now apparently the video's corrupted. I don't know how to fix that shit. It is complicated. We just have to settle with this. So that basically settles my entire school life. In the background, I was doing all kinds of cool shit. Right? No one questioned it. No one actually cared what I am doing. They were just fearful that I'm not doing enough in school. Right? That I'm not spending time there. And I was just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna go home. And then I spend time because I'm free to do whatever I want. It's way different. Alright? It's way better. I was living 2 lives in that sense. So now a new phase opens up. We're gonna talk about the new phase. Like a more independent version of myself, which was like making games at this point. That's a pretty big deal. Even today, a game like this would actually be on top of the tier list almost. I made Pokia, and Pokia technically beats this. If I would refurbish the card game that uses no text, that would be the, call it Megabug. But Laser Miner is definitely a big-ass checkpoint for me on a creative side of things. And all of a sudden, now I felt like a different person entirely. Right? It's as if I'm starting a whole career. The first thing that happens to me that's pretty relevant is I go to UK. Travel to UK with my dad. Relatively speaking, that's not the first thing that happened, but this is the most relevant thing. The first thing that happened, I went to another school, and another. I signed up for university. But I went to a job school. Very specialized school for, dummies. And yet again, I was surrounded by women. Exclusively. I was just one guy in the class. I picked a class and it's like, oh shit. That's fascinating. It's a class for women. Well, I choose what I choose, and at least that class operated. That was a big fucking deal. I was getting a handful of unusual experiences. And those women eventually were getting closer. Closing in the distance until they didn't have to anymore. Until they fucking desperately clawed into whatever dudes showed up. That's not me, because I wasn't talking much. I wasn't interacting much. I was a very closed off person, even surrounded by women, okay? No need. I also was going through a lot of breakups with my friends. One of my friends was going to the school. I was breaking up with him because he already had a girlfriend, and we caused a lot of drama with each other. Because, with girlfriends, your friends become unreachable. We can call it destructive exes. It felt like it tampered with my relationship with my friend. Right? It was quite a sacrifice. And so we're going to touch a little bit of deep engineering. This is actually technology that I have lost. Some of this tech is pretty good, and I would have preferred to have the ball game as well. This shit is the most advanced game that I've ever done, and it's kind of sad, but I have something even more advanced, which is, a whole groundbreaking engine. But this is where I was going. This was going to be, the rest of my life is engineering now. After I pick up programming, now I'm just trying to engineer because I knew it's a better way to do programming. For now, the deep engineering is about level editor. Anyways, I don't know. This is something that will haunt me forever, though, because eventually a girl liked me instead. A little bit. It's kind of manipulative levels of like. It's like, oh, you're good enough. You can come with me. And it's like, I don't know. Being liked. Some things are not meant to be forgotten. This probably is the only meaningful thing, really, that came from this. Everything else was generally a waste of time. Oh, and guess what? I definitely had to deal with internet illiteracy. They could have found me on Facebook, technically, if they actually liked me in any way. Like, how hard could it be? You have to remind yourself of not what they did, but how many things they didn't do when it comes to women. They had the upper hand with numbers and everything. If I was like playing a role that they actually cared about, yeah, they would have done something, and they chose not to. Being outnumbered, I think, is a good way to describe it. Basically entering the world of women and realizing what it's about, what actually happens, what is the dynamic. The slight outcast, like, they were nicer. They were nicer. If they liked me in any way, that would make them nicer automatically. And yes, women have all the choices in the world. They can pick up any man if they do it correctly. They have all the power in the Western world here. So you have to, understand it's their choice. They get to make that decision. You don't have to worry about it too much. You can do your thing. Yeah, I remember at this time specifically, I showed this game to my friend's ex, which I consider my ex too, because it was a fucking sacrificial, destructive ex. Meaning it's mine too, alright? In fact, we were interacting with each other probably the longest as well. Even when I traveled to UK, we interacted in a bitter manner, but it was something that lasted longer than anything else, so, up to that point. Well, the destruction in the end was kind of worth it because I was about to spend 4 years in the UK anyways. So the amount of destruction that happened, it turned out to be just fine. So I already leveled up by traveling to UK, right? I already explained that. Started making these different kind of videos because the technology slipped from my hands. Also, my laptop got destroyed. The big breakup with my dad happens. I gave my dad a chance. It's a big fucking relationship that just kind of falls apart because he doesn't care much. Right? He's getting triggered over like smallest of things. But, we need our own space. It's understandable. What's not understandable is destroying my laptop. That, bro doesn't have restraint of any kind. So I saw a different version of my dad immediately. I didn't thought that the rumors are true. And, domestic abuse is more likely than abuse from strangers. Strangers were rather nice.
Because
I'm feeling very strong.
killing those sheeps with my
Killing the sheeps with my hands. Well, I'm actually killing them with their own wool.
But since it's hardcore mode, I don't think I'm gonna die. It's supposed to be very easy.
Yeah, I wasn't really studying the art of comedy But the portal opened up. If I wanted to be a clown, I was able to be a clown. Right then and there. Also, like, entertainment, fame. I feel like it's missing as well. Like, Americans don't do comedy much. I could have been doing that for a long time. But I chose not to. Look at that. There was something more important scratching my itch.
Powder.
Wow, commentary. I can't see anything. I went into the underground basement of my house. You can't see nothing.
It's very. So I will search for TNT.
I'm like, in what condition would you place furnace in the weird position? And I could probably justify it because of Enderman. Well, the Enderman is gonna pick it up if my furnace isn't floating. Creeper is gonna blow up my furnace if it's not floating in the air.
Now I am.
You can fucking create all these paranoid ways of playing the game. The more cursed, the more funny, after all. Okay, the way you have to look at this number, I'm going towards 20. So I'm a level 2. That is my identity. I'm going through my 20s. It's weird, but that's just how you have to look at it.
The mob.
Oh my god.
Your health will regenerate, and you can see there is a skeleton outside that wants to kill me right now.
But he can't.
So it seems.
What a loser.
Kill
Whoa!
him. Now, I will try to
Sleep.
But as I said, it's risky. It's very risky. I can move this place inside.
Oh wow, I can finally move it inside, actually.
This one.
This
contains
one?
A lot of. Okay, we have to run. This one is not to tell you a story about.
I mean,
nature.
oh no!
Alright. So
No, I should have rage quit.
let's see. I don't see my world here.
Uh-oh. Hardcore.
That's it for this episode, and I'm not gonna do any more episodes because my save is gone. Maybe someday.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's definitely funny. Should it be try not to laugh? Only then I can delete the video if it's... Well, I can't delete. I'm just gonna privatize. Unlist it. Okay, let's play this video.
Last week.
Already, I ruined everything. But it just shows if microphone gain is amplified, it sounds a lot worse.
And I can get the
This is the fail moment. I killed the cluster before I destroyed all its pieces.
multiplier.
And bam slam, did it deal a lot of damage. This is kind of the health bar vertically. And it's kind of pretty nice that way. Health bar goes down, the platform disappears, and I fucking lose my player altogether. Platform could like tilt, and then I lose my guy. This would still be a pretty good game.
Going for it.
I feel like I would do where the power-ups give you a little bit of a color-coded health bar, and then you can shoot laser for a certain amount of time. So you pick up something like white or orange, and you have a different power-up as a result. That's limited use.
So I'm just gonna.
And the way you stack your health bar kind of matters, because the laser that you can shoot, the power-up that you can use, is the last one that you picked up.
Improve this thing,
So this is how you pick up the power-up.
a little bit more. And I think
Boom.
of finishing it
I think it's... No, it's not doing the multiplier. Something else is
and
going on.
releasing for public,
It gets harder and harder. It
to
gets
see
pretty
what high
crazy.
scores they're gonna get.
Because you can push blocks, I can throw as many blocks as I want.
I love challenge. If you make the blocks become white, they will reflect your laser.
They will reflect your laser. That was fucking
As
cool,
well.
though.
It's always
There are
they
mines!
explode if I destroy them. For some reason, weak, but not this one because I want to work on.
Right now, nowadays, I'm a little bit more insecure when it comes to making games. I want to dive into space where I don't dominate everything about the space. This one's quite interesting, though, because it's simple enough where I should be able to do it properly, but it's actually a little scary. This is a principle I haven't even broken yet. Control room paralysis. I should be easily able to make a game like this, but I don't know if I want to attempt even. It's outside of my range of the games that I create. Now, it's actually not a bad thing. It's almost its own principle where you give yourself restrictions of what you can and cannot do. Oh, black screen, dude. I said I will re-upload the video and I never did. That's fucking weird.
About
Every year I should have done the Game Jam thing just to warm myself up. Game Jam Discover is a big deal in my life, considering that it still makes waves to this day. And it's better to do Game Jam remotely with your engine. Only engineers should actually attempt in making games in a Game Jam environment. Or you have to have a team, I guess. That helps. Because with enough art and enough music, you can definitely stitch things together. In that sense, it's a very different approach. Game Jam in general, like, you need certain things to, like, motivate you, where you can show off your crafts. It was inevitable that Game Jams was gonna be a thing. The real problem is that it doesn't really work right now, the way it's implemented. Obviously, the first version of Game Jams is gonna be a pretty incompetent. I would a little bit inject the Kickstarter stuff as well. I think I already privatized that. This was a big inspiration. Anything that leans me into making mini-games was a big push towards the correct direction. Smaller projects are better than big projects because you can lump them together, you can use alchemy to stitch things together. You always need to do small projects because you're constantly learning new things, and those new things have to be perfected, polished, they have to be tested. It's good to put them into separate environments and see what kind of games can come out of those, because they're also like inspirational things. Just shooting laser was like a very interesting thing to learn. I was learning something here. I was also trying to reflect the laser, and I was also, again, pissed at Unity that I can't fucking just draw shapes easily. Or it felt that way. It felt that I can draw shapes. Luckily, it worked out, and it's a sweet little game that could have had a lot more features, by the way, by the time I showed it to people. Bam. We're hiding this video then. 74 views. So it's not 33 minutes, mind you. If the guy said it's 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes. Survival games was... I drank some shit tea right now. Oh my god. Fucking attacked my throat. Well, survival games was something I could talk about. You make friends, you make teammates to help you out. If you have a teammate, it's a lot easier to win games. But let's dive a lot deeper, I feel like. My game development was basically halted. And I was simply doing work. Discovering jobs. It sucked in so much of my time. I had to go from workplace to another workplace and, like, had to learn what it's like to lose a job in that sense. What it's like to keep a job, because I kept one for, like, 2 years. I thought it was going to be stable for me, but the biggest problem in the room is always hygiene. If I don't figure that shit out, I get kicked out from a couple of jobs. To the point of suicide. Well, before that, however, I discovered another thing. So we're kind of just like making discoveries, I guess. Another level of control. It was revealed to me I can do my own rendering. And what was possible was so overwhelming that it's like, why are people not doing this? All of a sudden I was able to escape the bullshit of polygons. Just like that. I was discovering something that nobody cared about much. And nobody did, in fact, care. Like, 250 views for that. I added reflections, building blocks. I was just, like, finding a crazy amount of features available for me. And I even upscaled the resolution. Things were getting more and more optimized as well. The final feature being micro blocks. Geometry shaders, another mind blower. It's almost like I fell through another layer of possibilities. Reached another level of control and engineering. But also kind of lost my fucking mind because it's like, I don't know. I don't know what life is about. Shouldn't I be able to just do whatever I want and upload whatever I want? You can feel like that there's a big portion of my personality here getting cooked. This will be the hardest thing to, like, complete for the Goldest episodes. Like, these videos are long ass, dude. Eventually, they blow up. Where did they blow up into? It's the first long episode? New Year's resolution. This was when I discovered the influence tracker. Behavior. There was no, like, I wasn't building it. It was merely numbers at that time. And I was evaluating YouTubers. Discovery of celebrities is the big one. That changed the course of my life entirely. This whole time I was caring about the little people. All of a sudden I stopped knowing what to care for altogether. Maybe that's the consequence of loneliness, maybe? This marks when celebrities did the fucking black bars. Black posts on Instagram. I don't know why I said bars. End of Minecraft's influence. I was yapping for a long time. Yet I distinctively remember this video. I was talking about, like, very deep shit. Yeah, we came out of the woodworks of 3-hour videos. Like, imagine, what does it take to make shit like this? 4-hour videos. Things were getting fucking crazy. Going totally unhinged. It is not a bad idea. It's definitely a crazy phase that is worth doing. But again, now I have to clean up this at some point. And unfortunately, it's a lot of work. Alright, 3-hour videos. I came back to my engine. That shit was crazy. A crazy flex at that point. And I left it again. I left it. Development stopped here. There had to be, like, a final upload where I left the channel for a long time. See, I was reviewing YouTubers all of a sudden. Maybe it was Billboard. Long time no see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that one. Beyond the unhinged shit, we can call it imprisonment. For a year. For 13 months. They taken me away. I did something I didn't oopsie. Oopsie, rather. Fucking oopsie. But because it ended, you know, with a broken leg, they had to blame someone. Especially since I initiated the confrontation unsuccessfully. Again, my voice was probably better than it is right now. I'm just so insecure about that one thing. Upgrading myself in that direction. Look at how many offliners there are. Fucking hell, I think I cleaned up a couple of times. Right now, what I have in my Discord, because I literally did a cleanup and I ended up with 38 users. It is not looking good. When I was, like, going unhinged mode and all of a sudden I did something considered of a crime. Like, what the fuck is that? Right? it makes me look really fucking stupid. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy of like, well, you went that road, so that's what happened to you. You went fucking crazy. But the reality is much more disgusting. I came back home, and my home went way crazier than I went. My mom created relationships that she shouldn't have had. And I just fucking got so upset. I got so upset. I didn't do things correctly in that moment. It's just a huge mistake, huge accident that's blown out of proportion. It definitely looks fucking bad on me right now. And yet, at the same time, the imprisonment itself, it makes an interesting impact on reality. But when it was happening, it was also interesting of a survival situation. We can call it like a deep cut, because it's dark. If I didn't have my mom pulling me out of that shit darkness, it would be really devastating. I only later discovered the cheat codes to surviving darkness. So there's the part that you were able to witness of like just my absence and me complaining about being in prison and having to talk about it. But there's a part of me that can tell a story of like how everything was going in there. How even contacting my mom was quite a difficult thing, especially under COVID conditions of like, no, we don't go to homes. We can't actually visit your mom. It's like, what? The whole social system was kind of crumbling into total chaos. I was barely able to get books. Barely. For half of my stay, I wasn't able to access books. Until they realized, oh shit, we could just pick one manually. For most of the time, I try not to care about books, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it was my fault, but eventually I had to pick up a book just to fucking pass the time. That was one of the fucking best ways, I guess. And the other best way is, well, there's actually 3 evolutions that happened. So first of all, I had to face-to-face deal with a lot of nasty people. I had to find a friend that stands out as not so nasty. I had to see like even crazier people who got dragged way deeper into an even darker level, Spets level of that facility. Even though I sort of admire the man, but he really asked for it. He really couldn't control himself. And it's one of those things, man. It pisses me off. But it's best to be silent. It's best to be calm in most situations. But there was a fucking special ending where there was a disgusting man entering our place and stealing shit. It's like, come on. Another way to make my survival worse. Thank God it wasn't like happening early on. People were just like generally fighting for the computer space. There was one computer. Many people want to play their games, right? And I would be the butt of the joke to try and to not care, basically. If I can get computer space, at some point I'll take it. But besides everyone having their little advantages of how they could spend their time, I made a card game. Just straight up went and made a card game. Found enough candy wrappers, and this helped me pass the time quite a bit, giving me another level. Now I would know way more. I would be way more ready for shit like this. It caught me by surprise. I didn't know the system had it in it to punish me like that, and at the same time reward me, because now I am eligible for government handouts. I'm like, okay, I guess that was a win this whole time. I'll take it. It fucking sucks, man, but this whole nonsense ended up being a win. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I'm just gonna shoot down, like, I don't know, a 3-hour video. That sounds like a cool pastime. Before all the problems I was actually dealing with RuneScape, grinding for RuneScape. It was actually more beneficial to grind for the accounts instead of gold. People wanted the accounts more than gold. It's almost like a little trick in there. You level their stats. I think it's for combat stats, mostly. Killing crabs or something. 9 years, motherfuckers. Oh my god. Ari versus Smosh? Was that the... What is going on? Nah, I gotta click, man. Susan's good F for effort, bro. What? Susan... My god. Skyrim, but it's for real, man. I wouldn't know where to start, bro. And I love Jewel. Okay. Onision finally bans me. Well, I found Discord Kitten through Onision. And we just broke up, like, last month. Like, fully broke up to the point where, oh, she doesn't know how to be friends anymore. She doesn't know how to use the internet, like every fucking woman out there. All I know is I want something between this and all the... inside the 3-hour video format. Something to pick from that. I still don't have this. Okay, that's annoying. I should be recreating a honey spawn, if anything. Like swapping blocks to match. That's important. Crashed my influence system. I remember that shit. Even back then, I was like halfway figuring out the, well, the nonsense world. But then came the celebrity world where I completely changed. It's like I needed to rock climb, pick up a rock to change myself entirely. Thank God, you can actually scroll down this far. And YouTube allows that. Isn't that crazy? I was also picking up more views generally, for obvious reasons. The beautiful phase, like coming from a cocoon, because of chasing something beautiful in life. Again, it gives celebrities a whole different purpose. Projection of beauty is something that a dirty mind wants to have. Okay, if we were to use the cleanest video... Well, this is like 2-part series, though. Fuck. A stress virus. Honestly, I was discovering that stress was the killer of humans in general. That everything was stress. Kids world versus adult world. My last 7 years. I mean, okay, let's do the reflection thing.
You know, life.
I had to go through questioning very big things.
No knowledge at all.
Big questions. Life is a mystery. And you learn from your history. Well, it works because it rhymes.
Okay.
So far, the video was derailed into talking about Spawned a bunch. My adventure craft adventure. It was still haunting me, but I actually broke up with the prospect. It's a hard breakup because I made a lot of progress there. I guess it's relatively fascinating. What can you possibly discover that could also change your life yet again? It's so annoying, almost. I showed a pixelated heart. Where is it? I just explained it? I can't resize things properly, haha. Very funny. Now I can. I can zoom in and it doesn't look pixelated.
Very terrifying platform. You need to be able to create your own platform, and that's all that matters, and Unity can go fuck itself.
Well, we did switch to Godot. Most of us. But not me. I'm fine here.
I'm sorry about that. You kind of have, but I needed a little bit more. Okay, I need a good editor. When I picked up the editor, it was garbage. I need to create my...
Garbage editor. What Unity is a baseline set of tools. But at my level right now of programming, I know Unity wasn't enough. That's the bottom line. Although, it has to be rephrased. Unity's base tools were not enough. You have to make your own tool environment, your own prototype environment. You have to extract as many useful skills as possible and build your own tools. It sucks, but it takes a lot of time. And it's one of those big levels. Granted, we're kind of zooming past way too many things. I shouldn't be watching this video and almost borderline saying that I'm level 4 human. I'm godlike human, just like that. We didn't even reach that spot. That was like last year. The best I can do is call this video a failure and try again until I hit level 30 correctly. I know one thing in particular, self-improvement became very important for me. I was doing it loud and proud, to the point where it manifested into its own matrix. That was a big deal. Maybe something involving drama. I mean, my life kind of slowed down quite a bit, but it also became more satisfying. The cleanup phase basically was 4 years ago, so it's not that far off. 3 years ago. I guess it's cool. I mean, we level up 3 years later. So what would be my final breakthrough? Maybe this video is not a failure after all. In a way, what I'm doing is still relatively random. Not gonna lie, I was kind of getting noticed all of a sudden. My channel was getting noticed. This was the guy who noticed me. We know how far Influence Tracker went. Although this is kind of like escape Unity and build your own tools moment at the same time. The Tool Hub kind of finalizes level 29. I would say making a divorce from playing card games. Making my channel a little bit more straightforward was a big deal. All of a sudden I was getting separate amount of success. Building the personality, just accidentally. Yeah, I mean, this one is like really, really deep. Deep understanding about reality itself. Secret formula for a lot of knowledge. Crazy how the era of iShowSpeed happened when I switched from 2-hour videos to 1-hour video, and when I was making 1-hour videos, I was saying speed. These are fast videos, guys. It's not 2 hours anymore. It is relatively recent, so even beyond that, I'm still leveling up my godlike status. Complete a project, even if it's a small project. I made YouTube Rewind as a small project, but you can also split it into tiny chunks as well. Every time I wanted to be ambitious, it didn't pan out. Man, I'm so glad YouTube works now, and I can actually scroll all the way down. It's fucking crazy. This is when I felt pain. Any single time I'm trying to be innovative, it's the hardest thing to pull off. Ariana's love stream was a pretty big deal in recent times. I don't know, discovering K-pop is something for sure. But in recent times, I discovered cosplayers. People who will attempt fame. There's a lot of people like that. It's nice to keep them in check. I made really cool thumbnails. I need a playlist for all the best thumbnails that I've made. Tiny projects like that, they do tend to compound into something. People were like electing or watching videos with shitty thumbnails in a way. I mean, this is trash. It's just dramatic. Eurovision was a big deal for me. Discovered equally hacked Minecraft. Like, Adventure Craft was kind of like a Minecraft hack. I kind of almost miss making some of these thumbnails. One thing is, like, collecting all the YouTube strikes. In general, going through the scary side of YouTube. Navigating that to the point where it's like, man, these assholes can't get to me anymore. I think we can go the other way around now. To me, everything I create is not evergreen. It dies very, very fast. With the exception of Rocket Ship. Rocket Ship does feel evergreen. Not to mention this constantly getting just a little bit of views. This getting views sometimes for random reasons. And there's always a chance to break through and make a review that people actually care about. I think this one they care about. It's still growing too. This one fucking knocked me into a very specific way of making thumbnails. It's like, shit, I'm gonna do this style of thumbnail now. It's basically solved. I mean, this is the biggest rocket ship as well. I still remember a comment saying do something viral, and I did. In recent time, it's LARPing, and I think LARPing does deserve its own level up moment. I just realize what the future holds. The future should be about communities. Communities will go a certain distance, then we have the individuals going a certain distance. It is also like a rocket with a certain amount of fuel that can reach certain height. In fact, I was planning to make this video and then celebrate the end of LARPing, because it's not over yet. Investigating Euclidean and learning that, yes, indeed, what I have is just as powerful, if not more. Very likely more powerful. I could, like, hide behind the idea that all these levels that I just received, they're not, like, polished yet. We haven't seen their pinnacles. I'm still going through the game jam phase, trying to figure out what purpose does this serve. This is so annoying. It's so unwatchable now when I look back into these 3-hour videos. What am I gonna do with them? I love the freedom of being able to take a stab at any YouTuber out there all of a sudden. I knew there's something drama-related in the end of the day. No one is safe from criticism and opinions. I'll leave it at there. We have a lot of work to do to level up in a godlike pathway. We're not talking being simple NPCs, simple consumers. We're not talking about being famous people, something that seemingly communicates the most obvious idea of like, well, I just want to be famous. You're doing this thing. Okay, that's cool. Even just as simple as politics, but people don't really appreciate politics until the last moment when they realize what it is, right? When they get cornered. If you know how to corner people, you all of a sudden realize you can do politics. Politics is a very easy job for those who have been traumatized. And that I've been traumatized by the system as well. The only thing left above me is God himself. I do whatever can be done. Whatever is reasonable to do. It's very hard to define me anymore. Trendsetter, game changer. Inventor of new things, and a spiritually clean person who actually cares about living longer instead of stressing over little things. This is it. I am godlike. I can imagine in normal circumstances you declare that you're godlike when you're in the middle of it already. So there's no doubt in your mind of how far you went. The best I can do is overanalyze all the little levels that I declared. Every single one of these levels is technically a string, a continuous string that keeps going. You just discover a new one, and you add that to your collection. You're doing all those 35, 37 things at the same time. Adding a whole new perspective, adding a whole new activity. There's a lot more to talk about, technically. It's a big breakdown of those things required. I can't do it now, so see you next time.